Dapat ang apelyido mo, Lazaro, yung patay, nabubuhay sa'yo. Now you acknowledge na talagang sobrang malaking pagkakamali ginawa mo. Dinugtungan mo pa na isang pagkakamali. Alam mo na yung signature dyan ay hindi siya ang pumirma, meaning si Marikit. You acknowledge na it is not her signature and somebody forged her signature. And you allow that to happen by affirming your signature here. Dito sa quick claim na ito, dalawa ang pagkakamali mo.
Did you allow yourself to sign your notary na alam mo na hindi yung taong pumirma, iba pumirma doon sa
during
pangalan?
that time, Your Honor, I really object to that. But since
Oh, why did you sign if you objected to it? Why did you sign it? How did you do it in good faith when in fact you knew earlier that that was not the signature of Marikit, and you knew, ikaw lang nagsabi ngayon na iba ang pumirma doon?
Sorry, attorney. Ano ka, tanga o nagtatanga-tangahan? Then you know that na pwede ka ma-disbar because of this. You know that, right?
yes, Your Honor.
Oh, dahil lang sa isang pirma o dalawang pirma, madidisbar ka. Napakababaw na disbarment case yan. Didisbar ang isang attorney Basilio D. Gascon Jr. Good morning. I speak to you today to address a matter of grave concern. The often non-implementation and delayed enforcement of decisions in labor disputes. This is a serious injustice that has plagued our labor system for far too long, and it is time for us to take a decisive action to address it. The case of these workers is a glaring example of this problem. After years of struggle, these workers finally secured a landmark Supreme Court decision affirming their win. However, despite the finality of this decision, the opposing party has refused to comply, leaving these workers and their families in limbo. This is not an isolated incident. There are countless other cases of labor victories that have been rendered meaningless by the failure of management to comply with judicial decisions. Ika nga nila, marami dito ay nagiging paper victories lamang. This is a clear violation of the rights of workers, and it undermines the very foundation of our labor system. Ang ating napag-alaman na maraming pinag-ugatan ng problema na ito, isa na dito ang kakulangan ng sistema natin sa effective enforcement mechanism para sa mga desisyong napanalunan na ng ating mga manggagawa. Ito ay isa sa mga importanteng bagay na kailangan bigyan ng malaking pansin ng DOLE at NLRC. Kaya po tayo nandito, at ito mga nabanggit ko sa aking opening statement ay sapagkat meron pong ginawang injustice dito ang DMCI para sa mga manggagawang nanalo na ng kaso sa Supreme Court. Andito ba si Attorney Basilio Lazaro? No, Lazaro ang apelyido mo. Bakit ka naging Gascon? Aso, sa mabilis lang. Pwedeng palitan mo, Lazaro, kasi yung patay kaya mo rin buhayin. And I'll explain to you bakit. Yung patay kaya nitong buhayin, Mr. Chair. Kaya nga dapat Lazaro ang apelyido mo. I'll tell you why later. Go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
My problem, Mr. Chairman, with Attorney Gascon is he does know a lot about this resolution filed by Senator TULFO because, as he explained earlier, he took part in it in a major way. And I would rather hear from officials of the company if they are aware of these actions and actuations made by their corporate counsel. So may I ask that in the next hearing we invite the President and CEO of the company in the person of Mr. Austria? Tama ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
In the person of Mr. Alfredo R. Austria.
Yes. Attorney Lazaro, excuse me, Attorney Gascon, meron kang binuhay na patay. Why did you do that?
Before that, Senator Tulfo, maybe you can have an oath,
Yeah, put him under oath.
take their oath.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before this committee investigation of the Committee on Labor and Employment? Please take your seat.
Attorney Gascon, politiko yung tanong ko, yung patay, kaya mong buhayin, although not literally, figuratively. Paano mo nagawa yun at bakit mo ginawa?
Your Honor, I didn't do any or do anything that rise resurrecting any dead, Your Honor.
You did not.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have here a copy of the release and quit claim, which was notarized by you, dated June 29, 2009. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ikaw nag-notarize nito?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Do you have a copy?
Get a copy. Maluwang ba yung kulungan pa dyan sa baba? Meron pa bang bakante?
Wala. Marami pa.
Anong tawag niya pag kinukontempt?
Yes, I have, Your Honor. I have a copy.
You have. Lifiel ay Marikit. Yan. Isa sa mga pumirma sa release and quit claim na kung saan ninotarize mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Si Marikit ay patay na. Nung time na pumirma siya rito.
I have no knowledge, Your Honor, during the time that he was dead or he was already dead, Your
You
Honor.
have no knowledge. Paano ka ba nag-notarize? Ano yung proseso ng pag-notarize?
You have, of course, Your Honor, you have to verify the the identities of the
And how do you verify the identity?
by showing their IDs, Your Honor.
No, didn't they appear to you personally?
These
Before you
two,
notarize?
these two persons, Your Honor, did not appear to me personally.
Well then, yun ang problema. Kasi yan ang pinaka number one requirement na pag merong isang tao nagpapanotarize sa iyo, he or she should be present in front of you and verify his or her identification. Compare that identification pictures and all doon sa kaharap mo.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you did not do that.
I know I put it in my notes, Your Honor, in my notarial book, Your Honor.
No. Sabi mo kasi wala ka knowledge at hindi siya sumipot. Sumipot ba siya o hindi?
Hindi po siya sumipot, Your Honor.
Then bakit mo dinotarize na hindi pala siya sumipot? Ang pinakita lang sa iyo dokumento. And all these people here, not only Marikit, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them did not appear before you. And you just, binigyan ka lang itong dokumento na pirmado na and then pumirma ka na lang.
No, Your Honor. They personally appeared to me, Your Honor, except only the two, Your Honor.
Except. Then dapat hindi mo tinuloy yung pag-notarize or binura mo siya.
You shouldn't have included the names of the two persons who did not appear to you personally.
It's a pro forma, Your Honor, when it was given to me. And then
Excuse me?
it's a pre forma, Your Honor. It's the documents are already prepared when it was presented to me, Your Honor.
Then dapat binura mo o idinilit mo, inalis mo yung dalawa na wala sa harap mo. Yun yung pinaka-basic eh. Attorney. No, attorney. Otherwise,
I know, Your Honor, but
baka masampang ka ng disbarment.
I included it, Your Honor, in my notarial book, where in fact it is dated 2009. I clearly state that non-appearance of lead field Maratan
Kaya ang
Maratan
Attorney Lazaro, ay Attorney Gascon, very basic yan eh, pag notarize eh. Diba? Yung napapanotarize, kailangan nandyan sa harap mo at kompletos ng mga identification para i-compare mo yung ID na presenta sa iyo at mga picture doon, tumutugma doon sa kaharap mo. Now, kung wala doon, yung dalawa, hindi nag-appear sa iyo, then dapat tinanggal mo tong pangalan ng dalawa. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, pwede ka ma-disbar dito. Pwede ka ma-disbar. And you know that. Kaya tinawag kitang Lazaro kasi ayaw mong buhayin yung patay. Patay na to eh, matagal na patay, binuhay mo. Kaya nga namatay ito. Go ahead.
With the permission of Senator Tulfo, I used to
Please.
be a notary Senator Tulfo. I ceased because the responsibility is huge and I didn't want to get in trouble. May I ask directly, Attorney Gascon, regardless of what you put in your notes, nag-certify ka eh, pumirma ka. And I will read the acknowledgement. Before me, in this and that jurisdiction on this date, personally appeared the following. Diba? Who presented to me the following IDs and who acknowledged to me that this document consisting of X pages entitled blah is of their free and voluntary act indeed. But the beginning of any acknowledgement is always before me, personally appeared. Regardless of what you put in your notes, they did not personally appear. They could not because they already passed, as Senator Tulfo pointed out.
Your Honor, there is an acknowledgement part of the agreement, Your Honor, where in fact, in that acknowledgement, I clearly stated that only all those who appeared to me are present. Where in fact, I put it in the last part that please see ID, and all the IDs that only appeared to me are the one who were attached in there, Your Honor. So that's why I maintain that these two persons, when they came to me, because there are so many of them, Your Honor. I think there are 6 of them, and the 2 of them are not present. And then I clearly put it in the last page that please see ID of only those persons who appeared to me, Your Honor.
Saan batas nakalagay, Attorney? Sorry, I'm not familiar. I also took my oath as a notary. Well, I'm not familiar unless may bagong pinasa ang Korte Suprema na exemption yon sa before me personally appeared. That you can put in your notes that 2 did not and refer to their IDs. May I know the legal basis, if any, so that I may be educated as well?
I just base, Your Honor, on the rules notarial practice that person who appears to you, or you could notarize it on the other persons who appear to Your Honor. Those who acknowledge to you that they signed the documents, that is only my basis, Your Honor. So in good faith, Your Honor, when they appeared to me, I clearly stated not only in the acknowledgement portion that these only the persons that appeared to me, but I also put it in my notarial book that these are all the persons that appeared to me, and these 2 persons did not appear to me, Your Honor.
So you're not attesting to the fact that they signed that document, those 2 persons?
Yes, Your Honor.
And yet, you as the corporate counsel facilitated the registration of that document so that a new TCT will be issued in favor of the company you're working for, despite your personal knowledge that 2 of the 6 most likely did not sign voluntarily, willingly, or even were alive at that time. And yet, that document was used to register your ownership over the subject property. Paano nang, if you admitted earlier na hindi nga sila kasama, yung 2 sa 6 hindi kasama, ba't yung ginamit yung dokumento yun para i-register yung interest at pagmamayari ng DMCI Property Holdings? Yes, sir, please.
Your Honor, as I have said before, this document were not prepared by us. It's a pro forma. When we, during the time when it was asked us to meet them, I think the 6 person appeared, and then they as far as we're concerned, and together with their counsel during that time, Your Honor, they were assisted by the counsel, and then they signed the documents, Your Honor. And then that's the basis that they submitted to us, and that's the document that we use, Your Honor.
Exactly, you notarized it with the absence of 2 persons. Apparently, one of them was already dead. And you used that same document in spite of the fact that you didn't see those 2 persons and you noted in your notarial book na hindi sila nag-appear, you still use that document to register your ownership. That would be a correct narration of facts, sir?
In good faith, yes, Your Honor.
I yield, Senator Tulfo.
Attorney Gascon, dito sa acknowledgement sa pag-notarize mo. So, umpisa pa lang sabi rito, before me, a notary public for and in the above jurisdiction, this June 29, 2009, tapos at Makati City, personally appeared for the second time. Pero, sabi mo, hindi nag-appear. So, dito, nanumpa ka, nilagay mo yung pangalan mo, pumirma ka, sinasabi mo na personally appeared, and yet hindi pala. So, dapat ma-disbar ka.
Senator, again, what I'm referring only is the two-person, Your Honor. But the
Kaya nga, diba? Dalawang hindi nag-appear. Eh dito, sinabi mo na personally appeared. Yan o, ikot-ikot tayo rito, hindi tayo matatapos. Personally appeared. Lawyer ka, what does it mean? Ano ibig sabihin ng personally appeared? Tagalog mo.
personal po silang humarap sa akin.
Exactly. So personal na humarap ba yung dalawa? Lalo na itong si Marikit? Hindi. Dahil patay na eh.
Yes, Your Honor, I acknowledge that that fact, Your Honor.
Na hindi siya umapir.
Yeah, the two.
O bakit mo ninotarize? Eh wala pala sa harap mo ito si Marikit at yung isa pa. Sana hindi mo ninotarize. Sana pinatanggal mo yung pangalan o pinaulit mo. Sabi mo, baguhin nyo yan, tanggalin nyo yung dalawang wala rito. Next time, pag nagpresenta kayo ng dokumento, paharap nyo lahat with all the IDs.
Again, Your Honor, in good faith during that time, I just based on the notarial rule that you could not notarize a document to the extent of the person that you only to the extent of the person who appeared to you, Your Honor.
Sorry, attorney. Ano ka, tanga o nagtatanga-tangahan? Then you know that na pwede ka ma-disbar because of this. You know that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, dahil lang sa isang pirma o dalawang pirma, madidisbar ka, napakababaw na disbarment case yan. Because of two signatures, madidisbar ang isang attorney Basilio D. Gascon Jr. Right? Okay, and you keep saying in good faith. Ando na tayo, maybe in good faith. Pero yung in good faith na reason na binibigay mo, it just shows na talagang meron kang ginawang glaring violation. Kahit na baliktad-baliktad natin. Sa kanong kadahilanan, alam mo na yon. You and me know the reason. Diba? Right, Mr. Chair?
Right, maybe you can hear first from the complainants of the case. Are the counsels of the complainants here? Yes. Attorney Capuno.
Isa po ako sa mga kasama sa kaso ng DMCI. Nangyari po ito noong September 1996. Ito po ang release and quit claim, deed of sale. Dahil po dito, kami po ay pinapirma.
Attorney Gascon, nung pinirmahan mo yung quit claim, yung notaryo, yun, meron bang ID pinakita sa'yo ito Marikit?
Wala po, Your Honor.
Sabi mo may ID na pinakita sa'yo?
Honor and Talam?
Yes.
No, they didn't show to me any ID, Your Honor. That's the reason why I put in the notarial in the back of the notarial register, Your Honor, that please see ID.
So they never showed up physically?
Yes, Your Honor.
O syempre, patay na isa, paano mo papakita yun unless binuhay mo? So what, katulad yan tinanong ni Senator Tulfo, why did you still sign that notary na hindi sumipot yung dalawa? You should have deleted it from your, from the list.
Your Honor, I have said in good faith, I just based on the notarial rules that a notary public can notarize a document.
Kasi may pirma pa yung Marikit tsaka yung Talam eh. May pirma pa eh. How did you know that these were genuine signatures?
They're not the one who signed it, Your Honor.
Gusto mo signed it?
Your Honor, can I explain?
Patay na eh. Yan.
During that time, Your Honor, it's way back in 2008. As far as I can remember, the one who signed that is one of their correspondent. And then
Did you allow yourself to sign your notary na alam mo na hindi yung taong pumirma, iba pumirma doon
during
sa pangalan?
that time, Your Honor, I really object to that. But since
Oh, why did you sign if you objected to it? Why did you sign it if you objected to it right away?
Your Honor, I have said that I only what you said, I only allowed that.
You did it in good faith. How did you do it in good faith when in fact you knew earlier that that was not the signature of Marikit, and you knew, ikaw lang nagsabi ngayon na iba ang pumirma doon.
Yes, Your Honor, because Your Honor, during that time, as I have remembered, together with their counsel, they said that these two persons are not already important to the case, and during that time they are already in rush of what you call this in settling the case, and then that's why, Your Honor, in good faith, I only acknowledge all those persons who personally appeared to me, Your Honor, and that is Nelia Bernadas, Lilio Rebueno, and all the other co-defendants, Your Honor.
You know what? I do not want to berate you any further. You just mentioned earlier that these were not the signatures of these two persons. Itong si Marikit, tsaka itong si Talam. Abogado ka, Atty. Gascon. Dapat tinanggal mo na. If these two are irrelevant to the cases, you should have deleted it. Oh, irrelevant na pala yan. Wala, kumbaga irrelevant, wala nang bilang. Di ba? Tama? Dapat tinanggal mo na. Sir TULFO, your
Quickly lang, Mr. Chair. Alam mo na wala siya doon. Na-acknowledge mo. Yun yung isang pagkakamali mo. Dinugtungan mo pa na isang pagkakamali. Alam mo na yung signature dyan ay hindi siya ang pumirma, meaning si Marikit. You acknowledge na it is not her signature and somebody forged her signature. And you allow that to happen by affirming your signature here. Dito sa quit claim na ito, dalawa ang pagkakamali mo. And you're still gonna use that word, I do it in good faith. That reason will not be accepted by the Supreme Court if a case of disbarment will be found against you. Kaya nga, magikero ka. Kaya sabi kanina, pabiro, na dapat ang pilido mo, Lazaro. Yung patay, nabubuhay sa'yo. Now you acknowledge na talagang sobrang malaking pagkakamaling ginawa mo. And why was that? And anong dahilan? Ba't mo pinayagan mangyari ito? Maybe you have a reason to do it. Huwag mo nang gamitin yung salitang in good faith. Why did you let it happen? Attorney Gascon, sir. You must have a reason. Maybe yung reason mo hindi namin kayang abutin at ikaw lang nakakaabot. But try us. Anong reason? Alisin mo yung good faith, ha?
Your Honor, during that time, as I have remembered, these workers are already asking the company to be settled. They're asking already to be paid, and they're also asking that should the case be already be settled with the workers, Your Honor. So when the counsel of the counsel of the complainant, Your Honor, I would like to remind Your Honor that DMCI is not a party to the labor case. We were just included in that. Kumbaga, Your Honor, nadamay lang ho yung DMCI because yun na nga po, as mentioned earlier, that during that time, it is the one who is the Laksina who has the labor case with the workers. And then I think the case during that time was already dragging for too long with the Laksina. And then the council during that time personally appeared to the management asking that, imploring that they could be paid already. So in good faith, as the management, of course, the management during that time is hesitant to pay because, as we have said, these are not the workers of the MCI, Your Honor. But in order to settle everything and to have the peaceful of the company, they decided to agree, Your Honor, to that during that time that they should be to pay them, Your Honor.
Yung sinasabi mo walang kinalaman DMCI, but DMCI bought the property of the employer that has a labor case.
During that time, Your Honor,
Yung DMCI because binili ng DMCI yung property.
Uh,
At ngayon, pinatayo ng subdivision.
the property, Your Honor, the land is owned by the three brothers, the three siblings, Your Honor, Honorato Lacsina, the other two, Your Honor. Between the three brothers, Your Honor, the three siblings, only Honorato Lacsina has a labor case because he owned the Liberty Transport, Your Honor. But during that time, Your Honor, 1995, DMCI, I am not yet connected with the DMCI during, DMCI has no knowledge that the Lacsina, Your Honor, one of the seller has a labor case, Your Honor. It is only during the time that the property was levied, only the time that DMCI have the knowledge that Lacsina has a labor case, Your Honor.
Kaya nga, so na-levied na yung property, bakit niyo tinuloy pa rin pagpapatay ng condominium?
During that time, Your Honor, there is we haven't. During that time, Your Honor, DMC has not developed the property during that time. It's that 2008. It is only recently that the condominium was built on the portion of the property. Because, Your Honor, during that time, we maintained that DMCI maintained that only the portion of the property owned is involved in the litigation, Your Honor. It's a 1.6 hectare, Your Honor, and DMCI maintained that since the three brothers, only the Lacsina has a labor case against these workers. So the two other siblings, Your Honor, are free from this case, Your Honor.
Okay, I think I need Attorney Regan Capuno, sorry. I need to get your reaction to what he said.
Thank you, Your Honor. With respect to that development, Your Honor, we opine that, as mentioned by counsel, their development of condominium in the said area is only just recently, but they are aware of the ongoing case already long before the development. So we believe, Your Honor, that at the time they develop or made a master plan of the development in that area, they're already aware of this ongoing case involving the land. On the issue that only a portion of the 1.6 hectare land belongs to the complainant, the fact, Your Honor, is that there is no subdivision yet on the one. If that is the position of DMCI, there is no subdivision yet of that property, so we don't know which portion belongs to the laborers or to the other one. But in the proceedings before the labor arbiter, the National Labor Relations Commission, the Court of Appeals, and in the decided case by the Supreme Court, Third Division, the subject property has always been treated as one, as a whole property, Your Honor.
Yes, Attorney Gascon.
Your Honor, it is during that time when we developed the property in good. Again, Your Honor, we specifically included in our report that there is a pending litigation over this property. At the same time, Your Honor, that's why this case has dragged for so long. Because during that time, there are a lot of different parties who is claiming over property in the rights of the DMCI, Your Honor. That's why we filed a case in Supreme Court, because we maintain that only 1/3 of the property is allotted for the workers. Where in fact, Your Honor, in the recent Supreme Court decision, where is the main case, the Supreme Court upheld our contention that indeed that the workers only are entitled to the 1/3 of the property. And it is pending, Your Honor, in Supreme Court, and we filed an MR, Your Honor.
Is that
Mr.
correct?
Chairman, if I may,
Senator Cheese?
just to interject. As a lawyer, even assuming what you're saying is true, na yung isang kapatid lang, yung may adverse judgment na dapat bayaran yung mga manggagawa, may dalawa pang kapatid na may-ari ng lupa, at best, you have a 2/3 inchoate share. And I'm sure you know the definition of what inchoate means,
Your Honor.
which means
It's that it's still undivided, Your Honor.
may parte ka pero hindi mo pwedeng ituro kung alin mismo yung parte mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's why I wanted to invite HLURB, Mr. Chairman, because if they're already developing and constructing it without that issue being settled, anong karapatan na lang magdesisyon para sa sarili nila na ituro, sige, dito na kami. Yung 1/3 nyo, kung 1/3 man nga yan, doon na. Second point, Mr. Chairman. Assuming that your theory is that the workers are only entitled to 1/3 of the total property dahil isa lang yung may utang, ang pinangbayad para ma-settle, correct me if I'm wrong later on by the NLRC, ang pinambayad para ma-settle yung kulang-kulang 2 milyong utang na judgment ng NLRC was the entire parcel of land. Number 2, hindi nila ni-redeem after the period of redemption, which they could have done, either by any of the brothers, for that matter. Because remember, this was not a deed of sale executed by the 3 brothers or by 1 brother without the knowledge of the 2 other siblings. This was by virtue of a judgment by the NLRC. Yes, sir, please. Kindly.
Your Honor, in the proceedings of the NLRC, if you will going to review, I think the NLRC levied the award is only portion of the property, but the sheriff levied the whole property, Your Honor. There is a notice in the sheriff sale, if you will notice in the notice of sheriff sale, that they only the subject of the sale is only 2/3, but the sheriff during that time, Your Honor, they levied the whole property, Your Honor.
Sinong may-ari noon at that time? Si Laksina pa.
It was already sold, Your Honor, in 1995. However, the title was not transferred because during that time, Your Honor, I think like Laksina, the sale has append, what you call this, they paid they didn't pay the whole estate tax, Your Honor. So that's why they're being assessed of deficiency tax of the estate tax. So because of that, Your Honor, the sale cannot secure a certificate of registration for the sale, Your Honor, because the BIR is asking that the estate tax should be settled first, Your Honor.
Sa ating lahat. Ako po ay nagpapasalamat na ang kasong ito ay nadala dito sa Senado. Sapagkat ito pong kasong ito ay nagsimula pa noong 1996 September. Hanggang ngayon ay wala pa kaming kasiguraduhan na makamit namin yung aming minimiti. Sana naman po magkaroon ng pagbabago sa mga implementasyon ng batas natin. Pagkat kami pong mga manggagawa ay dihadong-dihado sa ngalan ng hustisya sapagkat mahigit 26 years na po ito na kasong ito. Hindi po namin malaman kung ano ba talaga ang mangyayari sa amin sapagkat simula pa man sa labor, NLRC, sa LRA, hanggang Court of Appeals, hanggang Supreme Court, lahat po ay naipanalo namin. Pero nung kami po ay inaano namin sa Register of Deeds, kung na-implement yung decision, pabor sa amin.
Meron ng entry of judgment dito, dated April 4, 2022. Ito yung sinasabi ni Mr. Rebueno. Final and executory, January 16, 2023. From the 3rd Division of the Supreme Court, na kung saan dininay yung instant petition ng DMCI at ina-affirm yung prior decision ng Korte Suprema, and yet hindi natuloy. Anong nangyari dito? Attorney Gascon?
Your Honor, I think there are three cases involving this issues, Your Honor. First is the main case, which is still pending with the Supreme Court, wherein the Supreme Court, in this case, Your Honor, the Supreme Court said and finally affirmed the stand of the MCI that the workers are only entitled for the 1/3 of the property. Then second, Your Honor, the one that you are referring is the another case, that is the case involving the enconsulta filed by Miss Evelyn Insalay Rebueno, Your Honor. Who is Insalay Evelyn Rebueno, Your Honor? She is the one who alleges that the workers sold their rights to Insalay Evelyn Rebueno by virtue of a deed of sale. And Insalay Evelyn Rebueno is also the one claiming rights and ownership over the property because according to her, the workers already sold their rights over to her. And this Insalay Rebueno, Your Honor, filed in Register of Deeds for the registration of the order. But unfortunately, the Register of Deeds during that time denied her petition, and then the Register of Deeds elevated the case to in consulta to LRA. That's the one that's the subject of that case, Your Honor. And another case, Your Honor, is the what you call that the MCA filed the quieting of title because again from the very beginning we are maintaining that the workers are only entitled to 1/3. But this case, Your Honor, I guess since it will be already the first decision already, Your Honor, the Supreme Court already affirmed the petition that the workers are already entitled to 1/3. So I guess, Your Honor, the quieting of title will be immaterial because the Supreme Court right now have already decided that and upheld the fact that the property only belongs to the 1/3 of the property, Your Honor.
Attorney Capuro?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you very much. I wish to comment on that statement, Your Honor, that it has, as far as my memory will serve me right and the records of this case or cases will confirm, it was never raised in any proceeding below or lower the Supreme Court regarding the 1/3 right of the laborers, Your Honor. The issue has always been the entire property, Your Honor. If my memory serves me right, the MCI never raised that in any of their filings, in any of the cases filed before the arbiter, the NLRC, the Court of Appeals. And it was only until the Supreme Court First Division decision that the 1/3 issue came up, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes. Senator G, I saw in the chronology of facts that the NLRC decision, there was an entry of judgment with respect to the NLRC decision in regard to the nullification of TCT 12619 in favor of TCT number 25491. But nagkadalawang entry of judgment, sir? Ma'am? And by my understanding is pag may entry of judgment, final na, but inappeal pa sa Court of Appeals. But inappeal, but nag-MR pa, tapos nag-entry of judgment ulit. Can you explain that, ma'am?
I think po, yun pong unang entry of judgment was issued while may MR na pending, meron hong oversight na nangyari doon. Ni-raise po nung kabilang party na meron pa po kami motion for reconsideration na pending pa po yun. So i-resolve niyo muna po bago kayo magkaroon ng entry of judgment.
Okay.
So ni-resolve po yung MR. In the process of resolving, they have to lift the entry kasi medyo premature ang pagkakaroon ng entry of judgment and then dininay po yung MR.
And then a new entry of judgment was entered
issued.
on May 16,
Apo,
2012.
yun po yun. Yun po yan.
Paano inakyat sa Supreme Court yan? May entry of judgment na eh.
Ang amin po kasi mga decisions, kahit may entry of judgment, pwede yung isubject ng petition for review sa Court of Appeals at umaakyat po yan sa Supreme Court. Under Rule 65 po yung petition for certiorari.
Which
So
has no
although,
time.
yes po. So although may petition po na umaandar, nag-execute po kami sa ibaba. Unless a TRO is issued by the Court of Appeals.
So without a TRO pending appeal, you can execute
Yes po.
the judgment.
Yes po, Sen. Yes po.
Mrs. Binka?
Your Honor, with regard to the entry, I think with regard with this case, Your Honor, there are the entry of judgment that are referring is the main decision that the labor the labor already decided that they are really entitled for award, right? The RC. That's the entry of judgment, Your Honor. But with the main case, there is still the one that the order of the what you call this, the NLRC ordering the title, that is the one that is still pending, Your Honor. As far as I remember, Your Honor.
Marami pala violations of DMCI according to the Supreme Court. Are you aware of it?
I'm not aware, Your Honor.
In the decision of the third division. I'm sure you're aware of it.
Yeah, we are aware, Your Honor, but we filed an MR to that, Your
The
Honor.
DMCI is accused of forum shopping. Are you aware of it?
Yes, Your Honor, it was in the decision.
Given the foregoing settled doctrines, the court rules that DMCI is guilty of committing forum shopping when it filed a complaint for quieting of title with the RTC and a petition for certiorari before the CA, decision of which is appealed in the present petition. Ba't kayo nag-forum shop?
Baka makachamba.
Dalawa.
Your Honor, we just only, Your Honor, exhausting. Kasi during that time, Your Honor, again, we are willing during that time to settle. But unfortunately, during that time, there are lots of parties who is coming to the MCI. There is one group who is saying that they are already the owner, and there is another group who are saying that they are owner. And then there is another group that saying that they're owner. Where in fact, Your Honor, we are always accommodating them. They always going to the office asking them for us to pay them. But we are explaining to them, if we will going to settle one of you, all parties should appear to us and have an agreement that after this, after we settle, no more claim will be again raised against the MCI. But again, Your Honor, the workers and also the other groups are not agreeing to each other. So we are at loss, Your Honor. Sino yung kakausapin ng DMCI? So that's why, Your Honor, actually, they keep on and changing the lawyers, and then another thing they will come again to us, and then they saying, "Hey, I'm the owner of the property. There are different parties already. So that's why the MCI, in fairness to us, we want to settle them, but unfortunately, ang dami ho nila. Ang dami ho nila. Sabi ho nung isa siya na may-ari, ang sabi ho nung isa siya na rin ho yung may-ari. Kaya naano po kami, nasabi namin kung magse-settle tayo, we have to make one stand and go to the labor arbiter, we settle everything so that we determine who will be to settle once and for all this case.
Mr. Chairman, just a clarification because I'm getting confused now. The deed of redemption, correct me if I'm wrong, that you notarized, covers the entire property. Not just 2/3, the entire property.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm confused now. From day one, you said, yung may litigation is only 1/3, sinabi mo kanina in Kuwait, but when you did the deed of redemption, it covers the entire property. That the TCT you were able to secure covers the entire property as well, which the Supreme Court struck down, Yun, final na yun, wala nang issue doon, di ba? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's not the first division case, that's the third division case. Is that correct? Ang pinag-aawayan nyo sa first division case, yung pag-nullify ng title nyo ng NLRC, ng labor arbiter, ng NLRC. Yun yung nasa first division. Is that correct? But your claim itself covers the entire property, because if really you're interested only with the 2/3 and you want the laborers to be paid and you're not that nice and magnanimous, then why not sue for partition?
Your
So that
Honor,
the Kuwait share of the laborers can be rightfully given to them.
yeah, I acknowledge that.
Did
Your
you ever do that?
Your Honor, during that time, again, the workers during that time are claiming the whole property, which the MCI really objected. We said that we are that the property, that the portion only of the property should be given to the workers. But Your Honor, during that time, they still maintaining, even the other parties maintaining that they want to get the whole property.
Fine, fine. Sila yun. So, purkit tinaangkin nila yung buo, angkin nyo na rin yung buo. Because again, your position that they own 1/3 and you only bought 2/3 from the Lasinas was not in the early pleadings, ha? It was not there. That's an afterthought. Siguro napikon na kayo, nainis na kayo sa mga workers kasi ang kulit, kine-claim yung buo, 1/3 lang naman dapat yung kanila, de kami na rin. Meaning, tao lang, napipikon po, di ba? So, right? But you're claiming the entire property now.
The portion of the property that not the 1/3 already, Your Honor, we are claiming now because we have already settled. We have already, Your Honor, settled with.
But even before settlement, you were claiming the entire property.
Yes, Your Honor, because
So, meaning, so wag mo sabihin 1/3 lang hinahanap. Because if you really wanted only, and if you really understood that you bought only the share of the two siblings and not the one with the case, then you could have sued for partition. And you could have gotten your 2/3. Hindi. You also wanted the whole property. I'm not, business is business. You want to earn a profit. But don't wash your hands of, we want to help the worker. Hindi. Because if you really wanted to, you could have sued for partition, gotten your 2/3, and given the workers ano. Now, may I ask, how much did you buy the property for? How much was the value of the property in 2006? The whole property, as in the subject property, was never divided into 3 anyway.
I have no. In the deed of sale, Your Honor, in 1995, the DMCA only bought the property at around. I am not. I don't remember, Your Honor.
Give me a ballpark figure. I'm sure that's why you were sent here to answer all of our questions in the absence of your chairman and president. Magkano nyo binili yung property kay Lasinas? The whole property,
30 million, Your Honor.
30 million in
1995, Your Honor.
When was the rescission issued?
The NLRC decision po.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The award.
I think 2000 po. Tapos 2006 po na.
Yung levy.
Opo.
Yung levy, right?
2006 po yung levy. Pero 2000 po yata nagkaroon ng entry of judgment na fine.
May we see the deed of, can you submit to the committee a copy of the deed of sale? Because in the Supreme Court decision, Mr. Chairman, Senator TULFO, they said it was not in accordance with human experience that a corporation, a real estate company at that, would fail to register for over a decade a deed of sale covering a huge tract of land. And that decision has since already become final. Would that be correct? Yun ba yung first division or third division? Third division yun, ko naman. Tapos na yun eh.
Your Honor, the one that is filed on MR is the one that says that why the MCI in the how many years didn't register the sale. Again, Your Honor, the reason why we didn't registered it because, Your Honor, during that time, again, the Laksinas, the seller are being assessed of the estate tax, deficiency estate tax. And because the Laksina, during that time, it is their responsibility to process this, to secure the estate tax clearance. But unfortunately, in those long period of time, they didn't secure this clearance, Your Honor.
Sir, that is standard practice too. You could have rescinded the sale if it took them 10 years to pay the estate taxes. Or number 2, you could have simply subtracted it from the purchase price and you paid it yourself to make sure, as it is usually done. Diba yung capital gains, yung buyer na minsan na nagbabayad para siguradong makakuha kayo ng car sa BIR, mina-minus na lang sa purchase price. In this case, I find it incredible too that DMCI would wait for 10 years, longer than that, because of an estate tax issue, and you could have simply deducted the estate tax from the purchase price that you would be paying to the siblings.
Your Honor, during that time, we have already paid. There is nothing more to deduct from the seller because they are already paid.
That could have been taken into account at that time, because you knew of that already.
Ang duyan frame ay isang standalone na istruktura na sadyang ginawa upang suportahan ang duyan para sa komportableng pagpapahinga. Hindi tulad ng mga tradisyonal na duyan na nangangailangan ng dalawang nakapirming anchor point. Ang mga frame ng duyan ay gawa sa matibay na black iron pipe o stainless steel pipes depende sa mapipili nyo. Ang pangunahing bentahe ng paggamit ng duyan frame ay ang flexibility ng mga lokasyon ng pag-setup. Gamit ang isang frame, masisiyahan ka sa iyong duyan sa loob o labas ng bahay, hindi na kailangan ng mga puno o poste para sa pag-angkla. Nangangahulugan ito na maaari mong iset up ang iyong duyan sa isang patio, beach, farm, offices, balcony, deck, o kahit sa loob ng iyong tahanan. Gamit na gamit ang portable na frame para sa mga gustong ilipat ang kanilang duyan sa paligid o dalhin ito sa mga biyahe para sa pagpapahinga. Ito ay isang self-supporting na istruktura na nagbibigay sa iyo ng kaginhawahan at pagpapahinga na hindi nangangailangan ng mga nakapirmanenteng